Okay, let's start with the first problem. So, for example, we have a truss here. The problem is we need to find the force acting in all members on the truss shown here. Just gonna draw the truss first. So there's their truss, and we have external forces 80 kilonewton here and 50 kilonewton here. So the first step is to calculate for the external forces. So we have here RAY and assumed RAX. And for this portion, we have RDY, or the reactions. Reactions at AY, reaction along XY, reaction along DY. So the simplest way to solve this is to get a moment at point A. Because when you select moment at point A, the RAX variable and RAY variable will be eliminated. And therefore, you'll be able to get this one. You only have one missing variable. Okay? So, moment, emission of moment at point A, 0 clockwise positive. What are the forces? This one, and this one. Okay? So, let's start with 50 kilonewton. And its perpendicular distance, perpendicular, is 1 plus 1, 2. So, we have 2 meters. The next one is the 80. Before we start with 80, this one is clockwise. Again, not this one. It's clockwise motion. The next one is the 80. Again, 80. Let's move it backwards here. The perpendicular distance is 75 or 0.75. And the motion is clockwise. So plus 80 kilonewton multiplied by 0.75 meters. Finally, we have our dy. This one, it's going up, so it's counterclockwise. Again, not this one, it should be counterclockwise. And the perpendicular distance is 1, 2, 3 meters. Okay, so that's negative r dy multiplied by 3 meters. So we just simplify those. So we have transpose natin. So r dy 50 kilonewton. Sorry, let's simplify this already. 100 kilonewton meter plus the next one is 80 multiplied by 0.75, we have 60. Then divide both sides by 3, and your RDY is now what? 53.33. The next one is you could do the summation of moment at point T, 0 clockwise positive at this point portion here. So you have RAX is removed, RAY can be read 3 meters perpendicular distance, 50 kilonewton. RAY is clockwise, 50 is counterclockwise, and 80 is clockwise. C50 1 meter perpendicular distance, C80 0.75 perpendicular distance. Okay. So we have RAX no longer included. RAY we have positive RAY times 3 meters. This one negative 50 kilonewton. This one and 1 meter perpendicular distance. Next one is 80, positive 80 kilonewton and 0.75 meters. So to simplify, we have 3 meters RAY, positive 50 kilonewton meter, and 80 times 80 kilonewton times 0.75 is 60. Wait lang. Again, should be positive 50 kilonewton meter and minus 80 or 60 rather. Okay, so divide both sides by 3. RAY is now 3.33 kilonewton. How will we be able to get the RAX? You could use the summation of forces along X. So we only have RAX going right, positive RAX plus 80. So we just need to reverse the assumption for RAX. So we have RAX equals to negative 80. Now we have already all the values for this one. We could now start with the method of joints, starting with joint A. Okay, so what are the forces at joint A? If we isolate that portion here, so we have joint A, so we have force AB, force AE, and we have here the 80 kilonewton and the 3.33 kilonewton. It's going down because here it's negative, so your assumption here, if it becomes negative, therefore the assumption of going up has to be reversed to going down. Okay, so this is your FBD. So what are the you're gonna use this summation of force along Y and summation of force along X to get the unknown variables here. Okay, so summation of forces along Y, start with Y first. 0 going right positive, so we have the triangle here of, if we simplify the triangle, we have 5, 4 and 3. Okay, So 0 equals to what? Positive FAB. Ito. Kasi we could get going up siya kapag if we get the y component, but we need to multiply the force FAB to what? By the way, let's update this. It's 3. It's supposed to be 3. So where did that came from? It's just this one. So we have 0.75 and 1 here. We just simplified it so that we no longer have the decimal point here. Okay, so FAB multiplied by 3 over 5. Then we have what? Negative 3.33 kilonewton. So your FAB equals to 3.33 kilonewton divided by 3 over 5. Why is this one? Because this one is going down, so negative, and the other one is this portion. You convert this force to y component. Ito yon. Okay, so now your FAB is 5.56 kilonewton. It's supposed to be in what? Tension. Kasi naka-negative to. Pag nag-negative siya, i-reverse mo lang yung force. Instead of compression, magiging tension na tong FAB mo. Okay. Next, summation of forces along X, 0 going right positive. Ano yung force? FAE. Positive FAE. Positive. You could now convert that to negative. Kasi kung ano na siya, no? We know that this one is already in tension, so negative FAB and then multiplied by 4 over 5 because this is the X component, 4 over 5. Okay, what else? We have the 80 here, so negative 80. So to simplify, you'll be able to calculate. Simplify mo to, no? FAE plus FAB 5.56 kilonewton minus 80 kilonewton. So you'll be able to get negative 75.56 kilonewton. So convert mo lang siya, therefore this one is in tension as well. Okay, so FAE mo is 75.56 kilonewton in tension. Okay, so meron ka ng ito na. At joint A you calculated member AB and AE. Next is joint B. So at joint B, you have here point B, assumed force of FBC, and your force FAB, and you have the assumed force of FB. So summation of forces along X, 0 equals what? FAB is going right, so positive FAB multiplied by 4 over 5. So your FAB mo is again 4.45 kilonewton tension. sorry, if should supposed to be FBC. Correct lang natin wait lang. FAB, and then we have positive FBC. So you have FBC negative 4.45 in compression. So gawin mo lang siyang positive in tension. Okay? Then last is we have summation of forces along Y going up positive equals positive FPE plus 5.56 FAB but 3/5. Saan galing? Ito. Going up. Okay? So parehong positive. Therefore, ang FBE mo is 3.34 kilonewton compression. Kasi ang assumption natin tension, pero nag-negative kaya naging compression. So you calculate these two using joint B but with reference to AB. So as mentioned, dapat tama ka from first part. Hindi to double check para hindi magkamali-mali yung mga succeeding calculation mo. Next is we're done with this one. Let's proceed to joint E naman dito. Ano yung may kitang force kay joint E? So FAE, ano nakita natin kanina sa FAE? It should be tension. So pag ganito na siya, si FAE mo tension 75.56, tapos si FBE mo is compression 3.34, and then we have the assumed FCE and assumed FE. Okay, so to calculate summation of forces along Y0 going up positive equals to positive 3.34 positive FCE, but you need to multiply to 3/5. Pareho lang yung symmetrical naman sila. Ito, this one and this one, so they have the same triangle. Okay, so to simplify, you calculate FCE. Ilan siya? Negative 3.34 kilonewton. You assume first that is in compression, so your FCE now is 3.34 kilonewton in tension. Okay, next one is summation of force along X0 going right positive equals to this one, and this one. So you have positive 75.56 kilonewton. Tension na siya ngayon, so negative. Ito yan tension siya So negative 3.34. If you have question sa negative and positive pati especially dun sa counterclockwise or clockwise, you ask. So 3.34, and you need to multiply FCE kay 3 over 5. Sorry, it's 4 over 5 na. Kasi y na. And then we have the positive FE. So to simplify this, we have FE equals to negative 71.11 kilonewton in compression. So just reverse it. Okay. What's next? Joint F. So for joint F, ito siya. Ito na lang, last na lang. 1, 2, 3. Once we discuss later on the section, makita niyo yung advantage ng section. Ito lang is para makita niyo yung joint. Methods of joint. So we have here, we have FFE is tension, so going right na siya. So 71.11 kilonewton. FCF is missing, so assume FCF. And FDF.